First is usuals like what we have done for the decommissioning of the system, same way we have to perform for data migrations as well. In the data migrations,
Recording in progress.
in the data migrations, we have to be start with the risk assessment and impact assessment. So identify the risk associated with your systems, associated with your data migrations. If what happen like if we migrate the data, then what are the risks associated with the migration of the data? Like we can say there may be chances the losing of the data disruptions during the migrations, many more things actually. So identify the risk associated with your systems, associated with your related to data migration activities, and how it is going to be impact to our systems or our business processes. We have to be identified that, and based on that, we have to be decide about the data migration plan, the strategy of a data migration plan, how we should proceed for the data migration plan actually. So prepare the data migration plan based on the risk assessment and impact assessment. Then take a backup of the data. The whole data should be backed up before the migration of data, so that in case of any disruptions has been observed during the data migrations activities, like generally if you have seen in like we are copying and pasting the data to our system from one drive to another drive. So sometimes we observe like in between the copy and pasting has been interrupted. So what happen when we are migrating our real data, which is a production data, the live data, and there is a disruptions has been observed. So there may be chances of losing of our data, or we can say there may be confusions how much data has been transferred, how much data has not been transferred. So all those things actually. So to avoid these situations, we have to be take a data backup prior to the starting of the data migration activities. Then perform the data extractions and conversions. Data extractions means you have to be filtered out. If you does not want to be send or migrate the whole data from one system to another system, then only wanted to be migrate the selected data, like 1 year based data, or particular we can say the only a particular based data, or maybe 1 year data, or maybe particular we can say the personal data, whatever it may be. So apply filters, and based on that filters, you have to be select the data and transfer these data actually. So this is called the data extraction. So do the data extraction and means extract your selected data and then transfer those selected data. Then conversion. So sometimes there is a need of a conversion of a data from one format to another format, because says to we are going to be implement a new system or the new technology, and this new technology does not support the older format or older report actually. Then there is a need of a conversion of a old format into the new format. So this is called the data extractions and conversion. So wherever it is applicable, we have to apply the data extractions and conversions. Then apply QC check before the data migration. We have to perform the QC check. That is the verification of the data before the migrations. Means in this, we can say the sample check. We can say just send a small portion of a sample of the data and check whether it's successfully transferred into the new systems or not. If it is successfully transferred into the new system, then we will be assured that definitely if I'll migrate my data, it will be 100% be successfully migrated into the new system actually. Then after successful perform of a QC check, then you can execute the migration activities actually. If the migration is successful, if yes, then we have to be again verify the data for the completeness, that 100% data has been transferred, and whatever data we can say has been transferred, those data are complete and accurate. So this is again like before the migration activity, perform the QC check. After the migration activity, perform the QC check again. That is the data verification check. Then after successful verifications, like 100% data has been transferred, and the data is complete and correct and accurate, we can say. Then after successful that, you can prepare the data migrations report, where you can summarize all the activities of data migrations activities. Then if migration is not successful, then you can implement a out plan. In the sense, come to the original conditions, the whole data will be has, has been written into the original systems only. And again, go with the risk identifications, what is the reasons for the failure of the data migrations. And based on that, again, you can update your data migrations plan and re-execute the same activities again. So this is the overall scenario of the data migrations activities. This is the flow actually. So any questions in this scenario? No. Silence means no questions. So let's discuss on the data migrations things actually. So I'll open a data migration plan so that we can understand how we should proceed with the data migration plan. So prepare data migration plan, mention the system name, system version number, super system, change request number. It should be prepared by the validation person with the help of the IT persons and should be reviewed and approved by the various stakeholders and finally should be approved by the validation person. Then mention the purpose of the documents. The objective of the document is to describe the process for the migration and verification of data from source system to the target systems. The scope this plan is applicable for the migration of electronic data from the source systems to the target systems. So here source system is the older systems from where we are going to be migrated the data. And target system is the new systems where we have migrated data. This is the new system. Then outer scope, mention the what are the activities, outer scope assumptions should be mentioned here, references, terms and descriptions and system descriptions. Roles and responsibilities. So system owner or administrator should ensure the availability of the system, personnel and documentations and support for data migration activities. Organize and ensure the collaboration between the required business teams and subject matter experts and act as a technical reviewer for the data migration plan, data migration report, and documented data migration activities, and ensure the data backup prior to the execution of the data migration activities. Process owner support the migration activity, act as a technical reviewer, and provide the knowledge on system interface with other systems. QA generally review and approve the data migration plan or data migration report and other activities. IT will provide the support for as the technical activities and troubleshooting, maintain the qualified computer system infrastructures and user technical support, act as the technical reviewers, perform the data migration activities. So of course the IT person has to be perform the data migration activity, take the backup of the source systems before the migrations executions, identify the system interface with other systems. Then validation specialist prepare the data migration plan, ensure that all the person involved in the execution of migration security are adequately trained and training reports should be prepared. Ensure that target system infrastructure qualification related activities are completed as per the system requirement before the data migrations, before migration of the data. Means this is important point we have to be understand. Like we are going to migrate the data from one system to another system. So before the migration of the data from older systems to new systems, we have to be ensure that your new system should be qualified. It should not be, we can say, non-qualified, isn't it? So always ensure before the migration that where you are going to be transfer the data, the target system should be qualified. Okay. And at last, validation specialist will summarize all the activities into the data migration summary report. Users will support the migration activity, act as a reviewers, provide knowledge on system interface, and verify the aspect of data migration activities. Vendor will be consulted for the migration activities, planning, risk management. So identify the risk associated with the data migration activities, and we can have like mention the reference of risk management. program. Give me a second. Then mention the introductions, like a brief, provide a brief introductions, provide the reasons for the data migration activities, like maybe because of retirement of the systems, or maybe replacement of the systems, or system consolidations, where consolidating many systems into the one systems. Like we have a multiple systems, and from multiple system we are going to be retire all the multiple system, and in case of a multiple system we are going to be install the only single systems actually. In this case there is a need of a data migration activities, or ongoing system operation that requires the transfer of different data from the various source systems to a common database. System platform change, are recovering data for the record retention purpose, outsourcing remote hostings, change of the site from where the data is held that resulted into decision making of data migrations. So means your site itself has been transferred to another site actually. Whatever may be the reasons, we have to be transfer the source data from the source systems to the target systems. So mention the about the details about the source systems, and mention details about the plant environment, that is the target environment. We have a pre-production environment in case of a data extraction is required actually. Pre-production environment, how will proceed actually. So this I have already have created a one graph for the pre-production environment. So this is like my source systems, and this is my target system from where I am going to be migrate data from old servers to the new servers. So there is the two options. Either I'll transfer all the data in a one go, in a single go only, from old to the new. Or in case of there is the need of a selection of a data, in place of we can say I does not want to be transfer the whole data at one go. I wanted to be transfer the selected data, or maybe I wanted to be transfer the small portion of data. Maybe sometimes like when you are transferring the whole data, having the big inside, it may take a time, a lot of times. And what happens if in between, if data disruptions or migration activity has been disrupted, then you have to be again perform the same activities once again. So better to be transfer the data in small portions. In this case, we require a pre-production server, that is prior to the production servers. So this is your production servers, and this is the pre-production servers, also called staging environment, because there is a need of a stage of my data prior to sending into the